What is up, guys? Back in today with another reaction to Nana, this time with volume 12 chapter 44. Just a little recap. Last time we had Takumi postponing the marriage, I believe, with Komatsu after saying that Ren and Osaki were going to get married. Komatsu was actually fine with that, which was quite surprising, though she did end up talking to Junko, who, as usual, some good from her, some stuff I very much don't agree with from her, which is maybe more usual of the stuff I don't agree with, honestly, but she's an interesting perspective, isn't she? That's for sure. We then had the fact that we're going to be joining two birthdays together, I believe, so that's going to create some interesting stuff here, and then obviously Blast end up returning back to their, what would you call it, hotel. At the end here, Nobu getting a nice little welcome here from the Prawn Star. But yeah, looking forward to seeing what we've got to cover today. One of my friends actually did mention that I did miss a chapter covering the blonde guy from Trap Nest, who we haven't had too much of a focus on. I did mention that last chapter, funnily enough, which I haven't uploaded by the time I'm recording this. So I've got to read that. I'll probably read that on my own time, but I think it's like a special kind of chapter focused on him. So looking forward to that, honestly. But let's get into chapter 44 today. Good looks, talents to be proud of, dedicated friends and a destined lover. I believe that Nana, who had all the things that every girl longs for, spent every day completely satisfied. That's understandable, isn't it? When you do think of, like, I think less so nowadays, but especially when there wasn't as much social media and interaction from celebrities and actors and singers and such, I think you could fall into the trap of thinking these people have perfect lives and such. That's why people question so much. Why would this person... I struggle to talk about this without getting taken off YouTube, but why would they end themselves? Why would they do these drugs, ruin themselves? People can't see why that would happen to them, but I think I mentioned this a few times in a lot of my videos. I've always been really interested in the kind of top 1%, those people that get there. They've got something different about them for them to reach the pinnacle of sport or the pinnacle of kind of being rich or whatever, and that thing that makes them successful in that is probably a massive negative in some other ways, maybe again psychological wise and such. People that are born into rich families, again, a lot of people would just dismiss them as kind of nepo babies and such, but they've got all kinds of issues that normal people don't have as well. I've always been quite fascinated in that kind of the psychological aspect of these people. This is quite cute here, isn't it? Congratulations on your marriage. What is this? Squiggle. Be happy. From Nana. Is that the doll that was gifted to Komatsu's daughter? Kya kya. Okay. But as I said, I feel like a lot of people had these perspectives on people like Nana, perhaps, back in the day. Again, now with the introduction of social media and everything, we actually get the best look into these people's lives that has ever been. And the amount of paparazzi and stuff nowadays, yeah. And they've been humanised a bit more, which is a good thing. But also, it does take away a bit of mystery and such, maybe some stars did have in the past and such. I've always been described as a bit of a mysterious guy, honestly. I don't know where it comes from. Maybe it's because I'm reasonably quiet, but I'm just more like your average guy. Maybe a bit more contained. Maybe that's where it comes from, but maybe it's actually a thing of I don't want people to know too much about me, because then that keeps up that mysterious kind of facade, I guess. Because if they didn't, if they found out anymore, again, you just know I'm an ordinary guy. Less on that though. Nice little artwork here. Fishy swimming in the open pool. So what's this one called? Searching for Our Dreams. Yazawa Eyes Pure Creation, Volume 44. So are these released in chapters? like not as because it says volume 12, so you'd expect there to be more than one chapter per volume, but the way these kind of look, it almost seems like they're released in chapters, and the length of them as well. It wouldn't surprise me. Chapter 44. I also like the fact that we have these, because these make good thumbnails. These images do. Obviously, you got Ren right there. Hey, Kinoshita. Is it me, or does this seem shorter than usual? I don't know. Hey, Kinoshita. What should I wear to the engagement press conference? A recruitment suit or something? Just dress like you usually do. Being naked's out of the question. Are you usually naked? It's not like this is some persona test. Don't make fun of me, perv. So this is the dude that he's quite a funny guy. He was like complaining about the evolution of some of Trap Nest band members and Ren and their music and such, wasn't he? During the anime, I think anyway. When it comes to Ren from Trap Nest, it's got to be Black Riders. Really? I don't have any other colours anyway. And where's the problem? Which one do I choose? Just a whole wardrobe. I was gonna say suitcase. A whole wardrobe full of the same suit. They're all exactly the same. Grab. That is quite funny, isn't it, though? Ren. It's the same shit. Every day. It looks like Nana did receive the congratulatory message here. Do you know what I absolutely love on women? I love these. I don't know stockings or leggings or what. I think that might be stockings. I don't know. I really like stuff like this, especially ones like that with the kind of crosshatch. I don't know what it is about them, but something about that just one of the most attractive things a woman can wear to me. And I've never really heard anyone else say that, but a lot of women wear them, and I'm a big fan, honestly. Big fan. Marriage, huh? I kind of feel depressed. Marriage blues. Good morning. It's time for morning 7 again. They're not just Komatsu. As the news presenter. Rumour has it that they're breaking up, but Nana from Black Stones and Ren from Trap Nest have announced their decision to become officially engaged. Today's urgent press conference. Nana x Ren. Tell you what, Nana really does look like a music star in this shot, doesn't she? Marriage. That's Komatsu's family. This is followed by a press conference starting today at 2 PM. It's amazing, isn't it? The fact that we're doing press conferences and stuff for a marriage. I know Japan's pretty different with this type of stuff. Maybe not that different, to be honest with you, but do people not just question, like, why am I interested in this? It's like everyday normal people like Komatsu's family. Do they not just question, why do I care about this? It means nothing to me. Don't get me wrong, it kind of does because Nana's friends with these, but like, just think of like a different family from some random neighborhood or something that has nothing to do with any of this. They have investment in this. It's like, why? Why are you invested in this? You're fans of the musicians and such, fair enough, but even then it's like, it's pretty weird. I don't know. In addition, people always love that type of stuff. People love chaos. That's something I learned years ago. People love chaos. People love watching chaos unfold. That is the most entertaining entertainment people can get. Watching something either kind of disintegrate into chaos, or like, you know, some chaos is going to come in like your favorite reality show, like some very gobby person is gonna start messing things up. That's when things become the most interesting. Like shows like Big Brother and reality shows like that. Like people love that stuff. It's formula is quite simple, as I said. Have a situation, introduce chaos, and you have a TV show. Guess that's why people like find some kind of investment in this. In addition to this, both parties are releasing their CDs today. This certainly grabbed the attention of all of Japan. And why? Why is Japan so interested in it? The authorities involved have decided on a live broadcast, so make sure you don't miss it. So this is it. This is what? The reason Nana's wedding has been delayed. Well, Daddy's mad. Look at that ginormous mouth. Some One Piece mouths right here. It kind of like looks like an apple. If that sweat mark was just a bit further down, it just kind of looked like an apple. The reason Nana's wedding's been delayed. When I talked to him, he just kept saying that he had important business and we'd talk over the details later. You guys know I was rooting for the fact that her father wouldn't like Takumi. So that's what happened. That is a bit of a problem. What are you talking about? How is this and that related to Nana? You don't get anything about the business world. If you have no intentions of going to college, then just hurry up and find yourself a job in a big company. Lovely. This is so cool. Cool. Ooh. Look at that. Black stones and trap nests right next to each other. Literally firing it out. Like as soon as you walk in the store, literally firing it out for which one you're buying. Could buy both, of course. But I think they're pretty even, looks like, sales wise. I've got to say, the Blackstones cover is a lot better here. You guys know I wasn't the album. I didn't realize it was a dime until the end of the episode last week. It looks alright, but it's quite standard cover for the album artwork. But this artwork here looks great. Looks a lot better than Trap Nests, to be honest with you. Sticks out quite a bit more. I'll definitely be going out to check that one first. What? Ren and Nana are getting engaged? Impossible. Well, there's going to be a press conference at about 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock? I've got a lecture this afternoon. What to do? What do? This is causing such a stir. So I'm guessing that I'm guessing these kind of lighter shades of text are actually like inner thoughts. We saw it earlier with Ren, but it kind of seemed like that was said out loud. But I think these are the inside thoughts next to what they're saying, which is very interesting. I've said this a few times on my channel. I never used to have. It sounds stupid as hell. I never really used to have inner thoughts when I was saying stuff. I'd always just blurt out whatever came to mind. So I was always like the class clown. I was quite popular in high school, maybe for that reason, because I didn't think about what I said at all. Whatever came to mind came out. But again, I underwent some kind of change where now I understand that these words actually do kind of hurt people and such, and they are. You can't just blurt out whatever you think all the time, because it's stupid. It's stupid. So I've been quite a person. I mentioned earlier, maybe a bit more serious, but that's because I try and think of, maybe not, well, I was going to say a lot, but try to think at least somewhat about what I say and what I kind of blurt out nowadays. Because, just natural evolution, I guess. But, like, I changed from, like, an extroverted kind of blurt out anything, say anything, whatever came to mind, shout, joke, or whatever, get in trouble, to again heavily kind of thinking about what I'd say and being specific and not saying too much, and being introverted. It's I really went under quite a big change. But I wouldn't have anything like this when I was like 14, 15, 16. Things like I did, these thoughts didn't come up. I don't know what changed. I did start drinking and doing drugs at quite an early age, and I think maybe that changed it. I feel like that maybe had an effect, maybe matured me. I was always mature, not in a psychological term, but I had a moustache when I was really young, and I always looked older than everyone. So maybe that had an effect as well. I don't know. But it's funny, I think the friends I made and the friends I grew up with then, I don't think I would have made those friends if I was the person I was now in life. Yeah, bit of a away from the story there, but get back to it. This is causing such a stir. Now people will finally know that the gossip from before was all nonsense. Next in line, please. But what exactly is going on here? Renaissance mode. Reconnaissance mode. Reconnaissance is how you say it. Apologies. Trap Nest and Blast have completely different music styles, and the media tries to make it seem that they don't get along at all. So I thought their fan bases would be totally different, but most people are buying both. Or are they just holding on to them? Even this old man. Thank you very much. I wonder how they'd do sold as a set. I don't think that'll ever happen, will it? That is, she is ordered something here, obviously, isn't she? Komatsu, the fact that the media is trying to pit them against each other. But they're very different styles of music. That's the thing, they are very different, aren't they? But they're a bit more similar than you'd think in ways. It's hard to describe, honestly, isn't it? But it's not like going from like opera to metal. So I wouldn't say it's that big a difference in genre at all. Interesting. But then, personally, I like them both also. And people who haven't even listened to rock or punk up until now are becoming interested. This is really great. And it's all because of members of Blast and Trap Nest. Simply love music. And they fill every CD up with this feeling of love. So the media was wrong about them competing. I hope all of Japan will give Nana and Ren their wedding blessings. Oh, we've literally got like a full marriage registration here. I've never seen one of these in real life, so let's have a little look at this. Pretty boring, of course. But official paper inspection, family. Holy crap. That just like destroyed my ears. Holy shit. Family registry entry, records investigation sheet, other document. Seems like a pain in the ass, as with most fucking government forms and such. Pain in the ass. Husband to be, wife to be. Witnesses. They've got to put their exact age, like to the month and day. It's awfully specific. Like, would you not just put your birth year at that point? Nishimoto Yasunori. So Yasu. And then Narita Mitsuru, who I don't know who that is. Okay, so yeah, is that how Japan does their age? Translators note. So yeah, they put the way we do things. So I always find the way Americans write the date is stupid. Apologies if you're American, but I don't know why you'd ever put a month before the day. It's just that just creates confusion, surely, on like specific dates of the year. Like if it's like the 5th of the 5th, 2024. How do you know? Well, I guess it would always be May. Maybe that's a bad one. If it was the... No, my brain isn't working. But there might be some confusion caused by certain dates, potentially. I guess not if you're fully dissolved in that. But if you move to America, for example, from the UK, I imagine that would take quite the getting used to. I guess as an American, if you're born with that and you use that your whole life, I guess there is no issue with that, is there? But yeah, interesting the way the Japanese do their documents. What is this look? Congratulations, Ren and Nana-chan. I know it was difficult with all the false gossip, but we're really happy for you. And relieved. Yeah. Nana-chan? Who is this dude? They look like sly foxes, these guys. I'm guessing. Oh, I know that dude is. We saw him, I think, once with Reira. He's the kind of manager guy, isn't he? Trap nests. In my days, this was a lot more difficult. In comparison, today's performing artists can love quite freely. There's no mistake. The whole country is moved to tears by the strength of your obstacle overcoming love. That really does sound quite condescending, doesn't it? Your obstacle overcoming love. You don't know the half of it. This must be so embarrassing. Well, at this point, there's no need to hold back. Hurry up and sign the marriage certificate. Now! Smile, smile, smile. It's literally like a proper business meeting, this, isn't it? And we're talking about marriage and love right here. Literally like signing a contract at your new employment. Fucking hell. Horrible, isn't it? What the media and people make of things like this. Sometimes. Ren Honjo. Is she going to be Nana Honjo now then? Legal residence. It's the address of the first person on your family register. Like I'd remember something like that. The mayor just randomly picked a legal residence for me. Really? You have a license, don't you? That has your legal residence on it. Oh yeah. This is really annoying. As I said, government documents and stuff usually are. They're actually quite lucky they got some help here, I guess, in a way, with these people. These presidents and such around them. Stuff like this is a nightmare. Makes me really wonder where mine is. That's just a bit depressing, isn't it? I think it's that. Honestly, I think it's room 707, your old apartment. I wouldn't be surprised at all if that was the case. It should be fine to just leave that blank for now. We're in no hurry. Even if we send all the other information to the government offices, they'll still need a certified copy of the family register. I know that, but we shouldn't hesitate over a good thing. Nana, you two need to hurry up and find out your legal residences, and then send for a copy of your family register. Before we change our minds. Right, go ahead and... Before you change your fucking mind about what? We're getting married. What the fuck is this guy talking about? Before we change our minds. What is this guy on about? Fucking bastard. Right, go ahead and leave the petty details to the staff. That's right. And get your bags too, ready too. Our bags? You two will stay in this hotel starting from tonight onward. We've reserved a room for you. Ah! Stuff like this is like just saying, oh well, you're living here now. It's like, just fuck off, will you? Literally dictating my whole life, my love life, my home life. These guys dictating everything. These guys, again, we're just tools, really, aren't we? Just tools of human beings made for these guys to be successful in their job. It's pretty disgusting. Pretty disgusting, to be honest with you. My main thoughts on all this. Room 2602. So, in other words, a political wedding. You guys being together for better is better for business than breaking up. That is pretty spot on, actually, isn't it? Political wedding. This is pretty much a political wedding. Actually, not in the usual sense, but in a way. That's becoming obvious and it's really wearing on me. Don't worry about it. No matter what those old farts are scheming up, you and Ren will still end up getting married. Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. But again, can't help but fucking hate this. In a different way than I hated Takumi, and that's the thing, isn't it? Both of their weddings fucked it in a sense. Don't like Takumi and Komatsu because it's Takumi. Don't like this one because of all the shit around it. It's a joke, really, isn't it? Again, I think this manga really just does a great job at saying you can have everything you want in life, but you've got to pay in some way. You've got to accept some kind of negative towards that positive. You can have all of your dreams, but those dreams may not be exactly what you wished for. I think that's a very interesting element of this this story, isn't it? That was seen throughout. And until your new home is decided on, you two are staying in this suite, right? I always find that weird how you say suite. Suit. Suite. This doesn't look like you should say it like that. Staying in this suite, right? Obviously it's said like sweet as in a candy. And on the company's money too. You're so lucky. Really? Who is this we're talking to right now? I don't recognise her. Maybe she's one of the Blast new assistants or whatever. I don't recognise her, so apologies. Really? I feel like we're under house arrest to keep us from doing anything. How is this free love? Just when I've gotten used to the dormitory life, they moved me into a hotel. Enough already. Well, at least it's certainly a step up from the Showboy business hotel from before. Just a step up? This is Japan's classiest hotel. Reiwa is living here too. Oh, is she? Huh? Reiwa's living here too? Ding dong. Oh my. Did she come to gossip? You've got to be kidding me. Let's be friends. Yeah, two very different types of people, aren't they? Reiwa and Osaki, but I actually think they might get along. I don't think Reiwa is a little bit like Komatsu, I guess you could say. Not really, but similar type tone, I guess. Again, not really. I don't know. I guess she's more similar to Komatsu than Osaki, and maybe in that manner they can get along. I don't know. Reiwa's always been nice to Osaki when they've met before, hasn't she? Can I come in? Of course you can, hubby. Got this girl calling your husband to be hubby. I'm gonna go take an hour off for my lunch break, so I'll come back later. How thoughtful, Mika-san. What do you want? What do you want? At least look at your husband when you talk to him. But not quite yet. Husband to be. I'm asking you now. Please take the press conference seriously. Did you hear? It seems like Trapnest's Rayra is living here too. I heard from Mika-san. Isn't that cool? Damn blabbermouth. If we had to keep national secrets, Takumi would be dead already. Just who do you think Trapnest is? Doraemon is a children's anime character with a pocket in his stomach that can hold anything and everything. Anyway, take these top secret documents. I'm afraid I'm going to lose them. What? The marriage license? Don't fold it up like this. But if I didn't, it wouldn't have fit in my pocket. It's all wrinkled. I'm telling you to quit shoving everything in your pockets. You're hopeless. That's interesting, that is. Is that like... I'm thinking about disclosing something. I don't actually think I really want to disclose it. But it's on a similar... I guess it's on a similar line to this in a weird sense. It's not really. You guys will never know, and I'm not going to say. But it's an issue I have, and I think it might actually be an issue... this is, again, not what it is, but of people, I've known of people like doing stuff like this, like people that kind of don't bring a bag with them or anything, but they always just stuff as much as they can and whatever they can in their pockets. Like, is there something more to that than I'm kind of, or am I just being silly here? But I almost feel like there is something kind of to that, isn't there? The fact that people just stuff stuff in their pockets and just they never clear them out, and there's always loads of stuff in their pockets that they never. Maybe it's like not an OCD thing from me or whatever, but like maybe it's a bit of an unscheduled thing that I don't like. Maybe that's why I'm thinking it's a thing, but I would I wouldn't be doing that at all. Again, it'd be too cluttered and messy for me to deal with. I don't know, maybe it's actually a me thing, but again, I've known people that do stuff like that, just shove anything and everything in their pockets and then forget about it forever. You hear about people like find like 50 or 100 quid in their pockets. However, like that, yeah, that wouldn't happen to me at all. Maybe it's a me thing. It'd be great. It'd be great to be Doraemon. I could carry everything around in my magic pocket. To buy a backpack. That's funny. That's the exact example I gave about not carrying a backpack. Again, maybe there's something more to that. Maybe there's something more to that. Father and mother's names. Family standing. First son. Second son. Yeah, this is kind of bringing up some stuff, isn't it, for Nana right here? Bringing up some questions. Well, I have something in my pocket that you really want. I know Dora-chan doesn't have one of these. What is it? I'm hoping it's a wedding ring. If it's an air conditioner, I don't need it anymore. Fucking air conditioner. Indeed it is. Proof of my love. Just like Hachi's. Beep. I wanted to hurry up and be 2 o'clock. Until then, I'm not going to be able to settle down and do anything properly. It's not like I've got anything to do anyway. I'm talking to myself again. That's also something I found myself doing since, I told you about my change in personality. Now that I do think about what I say, I've got a massive internal voice, which again I didn't have before. Almost like this almost sounds a bit disrespectful me saying this, so apologies, like genuinely apologies, but I feel like I was a lot dumber when I didn't have an internal voice, and maturing is gaining that internal voice that I talk about, that you actually think about what you say before you say it. I feel like that maybe is maturing psychologically. Like I said, I wasn't exactly stupid when I was younger. I was always a bit, I wouldn't say a prodigy, but I was always like really good at maths and certain subjects, especially maths. And I've continued to be good at it. But like emotional wise, perhaps maybe it's maturing in that fashion. But yeah, I wouldn't say I talk like outwardly talk to myself a lot, but in my head I've definitely kind of talked to myself quite a bit, more than a normal person would, I think, for sure. Again, I have quite a lot of thoughts go through my head quite often. It's probably why I'm pretty decent at making YouTube videos and such, and I'm talking to myself right now, essentially. Yeah, I am. I'm essentially talking to myself right now, but it's, again, I guess it's slightly different because I know I'm kind of putting this out there. Again, I'm not willing to disclose everything, as I mentioned a minute ago, but yeah, I do, I guess, talk to myself quite a bit. Again, not usually outwardly when I'm not recording videos. Sometimes I'll have like a little snigger or something funny, perhaps. I'm talking to myself again. I've got to find something to do or make friends with some housewife soon. Even though I'm not a housewife. You will be soon, don't worry. Maybe we can have a little housewife talk with Osaki. But can I even really make friends at this point? I have to keep lots of secrets from them. Egg Club. Even if I could make temporary friends, I couldn't invite them over at all. Sorry. I couldn't invite them over at all. Speaking of which, I wonder if Jun-chan knows about the press conference. What does that say? Oh, sorry. It's an I. I didn't quite catch the space between the I's. I and the L. I'll call and see. Beep. You're being transferred to a messaging service. It's a weekday, so she's probably in school. It seems so miserable to watch and squeal over it all alone. I have no friends. It's pretty depressing, isn't it? His face right here looks so cute. I have no friends. Feeling blue. Just as Osaki was feeling. Feeling a bit blue. Oh, that must suck. Preggers all alone. Lonely place. No friends, apparently. No, wait, I have one. At times like this, I have someone to talk to. Last debut album day has been decided. I feel so bad saying what Misato's saying. Is it Misato? I think so. Saying anything Misato says because her voice actor is so good. It's just not the same. It's just not the same. Last debut day has been decided. I haven't heard anything from Misato since then. Oh yeah, that's right there. Since then. But I wonder how she is. I've mentioned this every time we hear about her. I'm still interested in seeing why she lies about who she says she is. She's obviously from a very rich family, I think. Maybe she's not. Maybe she just puts all her work in and puts all her money towards Osaki, perhaps. I don't know. We assume that she's from a rich family, but I'm still very interested to hear more about her because, again, you can't just bring up that very interesting tidbit of her lying about her identity and then not go any further with it. Like, I need to know. I need to know more about her. So I'm hoping for some of that later on. I'll call her and see. Beep. But then she might find my kind of situation a bit fishy. I haven't told her anything, but I get the feeling she'll know. Why does she know everything like that? FBI? Yeah, she is good at finding things out, isn't she, Misato? Good at understanding stuff. Maybe the reason she suddenly stopped talking to me was because she knows that I betrayed Nobu and she's angry. Well, to be honest, it almost feels like when Misato's not with Osaki or Komatsu, it feels like we're always ignoring her, if that makes sense, because especially from our perspective as the viewer, we're not just going to randomly see a random conversation between Osaki and Misato on the phone, for example, are we? Like, there's no point in that. But it feels that way because, again, as an audience member, we don't see that often. We only ever see Misato when she's with us and she's actually involved in the story. But from this, obviously, we can ascertain that Komatsu and Misato obviously haven't spoke since things went down, but they don't frequently text or message each other or anything. Ding dong. Hello, ma'am. I'm here in regards to your relationship with Trapnest Takumi. Please open the door, ma'am. Very beautiful song playing right now that goes well with this manga. Cookie music. Hey, Mari-chan, can I go to the press conference disguised as a reporter? What are you talking about? Of course not. I want to see it live. I want to see it too. So I've got a couple viewers here for the conference. A couple babies. They're eating some curry. Onjo-san, what did you say when you proposed? Lifelong love. I want to be there to hear it. By the way, where's Takumi? Is he at the live? We ordered food for him too, though. Don't tell me he's using his leader's privilege to get in on the press conference. Since you guys have an open schedule until this evening, he's probably napping. As far as work is concerned, I get tired just watching him. What's wrong? How was the press conference? I'm not doing it. The groundwork was laid. I'll let Gaia handle the rest. You've worked hard. So Nana and Ren really can get married now, right? It's like a dream. I always have found that Komatsu as well, she always views, like, even initially when we got Ren and Osaki back together, she always views it like Ren and Osaki like Cinderella story, doesn't she? Like a fantasy. Like how I said that people view celebrities and such before we had social media and such. It's like that kind of otherworldly view of them. She's still got that. It's very interesting. Even so Nana and Ren can really get married now, right? Even though, thanks to them, we're not getting married anymore. The company president said to me, you're going to be single until you're 30. But he's saying that presuming things will stay as they are. It's not like Trapnest is going to continue being this popular for the next 7 years. But Trapnest will. It doesn't matter how many years I have to wait, so please keep trying. Sometimes I really think that this job is a pretty unfavourable one. But it's not like it's bad at all. It's not like it's all bad, sorry. Well, I can understand that. As I said about the top 1% and super successful people, sometimes it's actually not the job like it's made out to be. You get paid a lot. Yeah, it's a great thing. But there's, again, things that offset that pay. You get paid that much for a reason. Scrutiny, doing shit ton of work. There's like all sorts that go into it. Especially with someone like Takumi, I think. Maybe this is a positive thing I could say about Takumi, if you can call it positive. I guess it's about as positive as you can get. The fact that being someone that does as much work as he does behind the scenes, he really kind of, again, has to face everything to do with running this band, doesn't he? It's like he's got a hell of a job, and he gets probably paid, but we know he gets paid handsomely for it, but I think maybe deservedly so. Because he has got to put he's got to call off his wedding, for example. Like, obviously he doesn't seem to care too much about that. His main intentions are the band, but it's almost kind of forced to be, in a way. So it's yeah, you've got to kind of compromise your actual home life and your actual life for your work. It's everyone's got to do that to some extent, but to this extent is quite major. I've always been someone that kind of champions the opposite of that, honestly, kind of maximizing your personal life and such, and rather than your work life. Since everyone's preoccupied with Ren and Nana-chan, I can come here without anyone following me. Booms. So we're safe for a while, and I can come home every day. Also, again, I think I mentioned this last time as well, alongside the Misato interest, I'm still very interested in this girl whose name I think is Stella, but could be something else, that he knows from London. Like, nothing came from that either, so maybe that's something we can expect to look forward to in the future as well. I kind of, this sounds awful, but I want him to cheat on Komatsu with this girl from London, so that Komatsu can leave him and has a good reason to leave him. Even then though, she might actually just accept it, which is quite a scary thought. She could actually still do what she's doing and do what's best for the baby and stay with him, even if that was the case. So maybe if that is the case, I hope that doesn't happen, but I don't know. Christ, what is Gaia thinking? Is this the newspaper guy? A debut and a wedding announcement at the same time is unprecedented. But when this all comes to an end, everyone is going to be really worked up. Yeah, there is. We've got the paparazzi guy there. Vroom. What do you mean, comes to an end? It's like you want them to be one-hit wonders. We have this whole mountain of news stored up, but they're just jumping onto the profits right in front of them. Well, I guess it's always a bad thing if we see these guys again, isn't it? It's like you want them to be one-hit wonders. And you do get a lot of those as well in the music industry, don't you? You get a lot of one-hit wonders. It wouldn't be any surprise at all if this was just another set, but I don't think that would be the case. I think Osaki is just such a personality, such a presence. There's no way that would be the case. It took so much effort to put Nana in the role of a badass, and now with her as a normal girl, Blast is boring. It just makes Ren seem that much nicer in comparison. You crack me up. Yeah. Why is that funny? I don't know who leaked him the info, but it seems like the ever so famous narrator may have gotten more of an upper hand on us than Gaia. What do we do? We can't use Urahara Misuzu. Urahara Misuzu. Even when we piled on the cash and tried to intimidate her, she played innocent. She's a gutsy woman. Well, she's Nana's mother after all. Daughter like mother. Wow. Really? They went to Osaki's mother's? Wow. Uehara. Huh. What on earth is going on here? Is that Osaki's mum? Misato? What the fuck? What's going on here? I'm back! Well, if it isn't Tomo-chan's little girl. Hey there. Oh, you're back, Misa-chan. Thank you, come again. Misato, how many times have I told you to come in from the back door? It doesn't really matter. It's faster this way. It's not that much faster. You're really lazy. You're just like your father. Misato, you're home early. School ended early? Is this Osaki's mum and her other daughter here? It would make a lot of sense, of course, if like Osaki was the child of like a cheating thing. Maybe Osaki's mum cheated with another man, and that was the child born from that. So she left her or something. I don't really know. I'm assuming that's what's going on here. Again, I'm not exactly sure. I kind of see a little bit of resemblance, honestly, though, between Osaki and this woman. So very interesting. And the fact that, I mean, as a parent, you'd expect to not give information on your kids to the paparazzi and such, but from what we're led to believe till now, like we hadn't seen Osaki's mum, it wouldn't have been past the realm of possibility, because seemingly she didn't care about Osaki leaving her like that. But she either cares enough not to do that, or probably more likely she doesn't want to get her new family or actual family involved in any of that. Interesting this. Wow, I wasn't expecting this today. Sup, Oni-chan? You're helping out at the store? So she's got a brother as well. I just finished the night shift. Dad's off playing pachinko, so I'm working until he gets back. Pachinko, hey. Oh dear. Maybe that means he's winning. You guys need to... I don't know this guy at all, but you guys need to stop letting your dad go to pachinko. I'll get him to buy me a CD. Misato, there's still one more hour. Whatever happened to school? I cut class. Are you sick? You seem awfully energetic, though. Of course I am. Nana and Ren are getting married. I've got to see the press conference. Wow. Obviously this isn't... I was just about to say, obviously this isn't the Misato... obviously this isn't the Misato that we know, that Komatsu spoke about earlier. The mega fan. But this girl's a fan and her name's Misato. Perhaps that she did have some quite extravagant hair. Perhaps that might have been a disguise. But I think maybe more likely is, what actually I was thinking there, is maybe the Misato we know, the super cute, big super fan Misato, is actually using the name Misato because she knows Osaki's family. And she knows that her sister is named Misato. Perhaps. And that's why she's using that name rather than her actual name, which we don't know. Wow, that's really interesting to think about. Just theories at the minute, possibilities. But the fact that we also spoke about Misato earlier on from Komatsu's perspective today also makes me think there's something fishy's going on here. The fact that her actual sister is called Misato as well. Again, I'm assuming half sister at the minute, but could be the case that she's actually her sister. Wow, okay. There's a lot to think about here. Obviously, looks like mum's a bit shook up there hearing that her daughter's a fan of them. Wow, okay, that is very interesting. You're an idiot. Don't skip school for pointless shit like that. It's not pointless. She's my idol. I want to be like Nana. I'm going to be a cool and stylish woman like her. You're a moron. Cool? That'll never happen. Someone at school told me I looked like her. Well, there might be a good reason for that. So that's why you cut your hair. Even though I like girls with long hair. I don't care what you like. You're her brother, bro. Like Huri-chan. I'm not trying to be the kind of girl you like. Who the hell is Yuri-chan? Yuri-chan. Exactly my thoughts. Why the hell would she want to be like the girl you like? Takahiro, you're making a racket. Go back to school, Misato. It doesn't matter, Miss Yuzu-san. Kids who skip school and then tell you about it aren't the kind to go astray. I was gonna say, like, pretty ballsy of her just to say, yeah, I'm skipping school like that to your parents. I skipped school quite a bit. My attendance was one of the worst when I was at school. I think I might have mentioned this before, but I'd always miss Monday, not just because it's the day after Sunday, but because I had an extended drama class, which I absolutely hated. So I'd always skip Mondays most of the time. Sometimes I'd skip some classes to have a smoke. As I said, I did start smoking quite early. Sometimes I'd get caught. I got caught by the principal once smoking around the back of the science block. Got caught by his assistant once, which was really embarrassing because she'd always have like this suitcase on her. She'd always stroll around with some fucking suitcase, so she ended up strolling me back to school with her bloody suitcase, and yeah, just a bit embarrassing. She took me back to the class I was meant to be in front of everyone, and yeah, just a bit embarrassing. But yeah, I'd sneak out for like some cigarettes and such, and sometimes some weed and such, and yeah, I was a big bit of a delinquent during my high school years. I'd never study. That's just a thing for me in general, to be honest. I've never been one to study. I either learn something initially, first time I see it or hear it, or I don't really learn it at all. If I'm really interested in something, I'll especially learn it that first time. If I'm especially not interested in something, I'll never learn it. It's just how I am. Yeah, that's very true. Lately, my daughter doesn't even talk to me. I'm envious of how noisy your family is. My daughter doesn't even talk to me. Wonder if this guy's significant in some manner as well. I forget what they called him. I'm not sure his names. Huh. Nobu? Welcome back. There's the prawn star. Interesting shot of Osaki's mum. Yeah, here's the prawns. I'm actually really excited that we got introduced to her, honestly. I feel like this is going to be a very, very good storyline. Yeah, here's the prawn star and Miu, who I'm also looking forward to seeing more of. And yet again, she sees only Nobu. Even though he's the shortest one. Hey, you're shorter than I am. You guys really aren't that different. Don't use your perspectives to judge height. They are about the same height, aren't they? I actually do think Shin might be a bit taller than what we saw in the anime. She looks a little bit more gothic in the manga here. Then again, so does Nobu with that eyeshadow. Sipping away. I think this is a relationship. I love it, and I think I deserve it. I think I'd love to see these two together, honestly. Even though we really haven't got too much of Miu, I definitely want to see more of her. What about work? Oh, we're on break. I mean, if you're a prawn star, surely at this point, like, if he hasn't initially decided he's going to sleep with you, surely he's never going to sleep with you. It's one of those things. As a guy, like if I was to see an attractive prawn star, I'd be straight there doing that, or I'd never be doing that. Is that type of thing. I don't know if that's like prejudice to say or anything, but it just is that thing. It's just like I'd either be interested straight away or I wouldn't be interested at all. I don't know. Maybe that does sound pretty bad, like not getting to know a person or whatever, but he's had enough time to get to know her. That's the thing, we've spent a lot of time with her and he still hasn't had any interaction with her in that manner, so I think she should probably get the hint by now. What about work? Although I say that, I've always been pretty bad at judging hints as a guy, and flirtatious advances and such. Always been pretty damn terrible at that, honestly. Oh, we're on break. Sorry, my eyeliner is so thick. I look scary. We came back because we wanted to see the press conference. We're looking forward to it. Is she going to be okay without you there, Nana? Nana, I mean? Yeah. She's got Ren, so she's fine. Oh, really? So then I can count on you without holding back. Oh, really? So then I can count on you without holding back. Love heart. She got a thing for Yasu? There's no rest for you now. What the hell? Hey, Mew-san, are you free tomorrow night? Is this a development? Is this something that has been missing from the anime, or is this a new development right here? Why does she seem a little bit flirtatious with Yasu? Huh. Is this purposeful? Like, is this like, is this despite Nobu in some manner? Look at him, he's like, what the hell? Sweaty head. Ah. That's something, honestly, something I haven't thought about. Mew and Yasu. I mentioned last week that Yasu's quite unfortunate because he has never really had a good chance at that, from what we've seen anyway, any relationship or anything really. So this could also be something I'd be quite happy with, honestly. I think Mew's a nice girl. I'd be happy with her to be with Nobu or Yasu. But yeah, this is kind of coming out of nowhere. Again, is this to maybe spite Nobu in some way and like kind of do what the Prawn Star's doing to him? So she's like trying to chat him up a bit. She's going to try and chat Yasu up a bit in front of him or something. To be honest though, from what we've seen, Mew, she gets along okay with Nobu, but she's never been like super impressed by him or head over heels or anything in love with him or whatever at all, has she? So it's definitely not past the realm of possibility that she is just interested in Yasu. Mature guy. We know she's a little older as well. Interesting turn of events right here. Oh yeah, I heard from the manager. He said that you're throwing a birthday party with Reira from Trap Nest. Oh, I'm sorry, Mew. I had Shin's birthday wrong, so it's really bad to forget people's birthdays, Nobu. Aquariuses and Scorpios are completely different. So irresponsible of you. Imagine using the term irresponsible in a sentence about Aquariuses and Capricorns. What's irresponsible is you thinking that means anything. I'm sorry. No. I was the one who got it wrong. I lied and told everyone it was on January 25th. Oh, yeah, again, my bum's starting to hurt from sitting down so long. Huh? Not the 24th? That one's a day different from me. No, the 25th. Mine's on the 14th. So I think I'm a Capricorn as well. They're not talking about Capricorns here. But yeah, I think I'd be classified as Capricorn. What that means, I don't know. Decide what you will. Whatever the case, both dates are wrong. You two are still young and in fine form. I'm sorry. Digging his own grave. What's up with you, Nobu? Cheer up. Here's some calcium. Straight from my breasts. Straight from my pregnant breasts. Thanks, Yuri-chan. I saw an interesting video about how milk is excreted through the breasts a couple of days ago. It's quite interesting. Thanks, Yuri-chan. Even if you're not in white, you're definitely an angel. Will you come to my party tomorrow too? Of course. Getting to meet Naoki would be like a dream come true. I think that's the blonde guy, isn't it? Again, I'm still yet to read the chapter about him, but I think I'll probably read that later tonight. Probably should have read it before this reaction, but I haven't really had time to. What the hell? Naoki? She's a maniac. Not going too well for you, Nobu, is it? Not going too well for you. Well, it looks like the press conference has started. See for yourselves. Flash, flash, flash. They look like they've got the exact same outfit on. And how can you not watch this and feel depressed that they even have to do this? Rayra looks quite worried. I like this little look there. Look there at each other. It's like, what the fuck are we doing here? What are these bastards making us do? I love that. These little rats. Look at attacking me back there. Oh god. That also reminds me of something I used to do when I was a kid. I don't know why I'd done this, but I'd sometimes just sleep on the sofa downstairs for no reason, just because I wanted to. Just watch some horror movies late at night, and just like I could go upstairs to bed, but just chose to sleep on the sofa. Don't know why I did that. How funny would it be if they just said, no, we're not getting married anymore. Fuck this shit. You're not controlling our lives. I'm sure as hell ain't going to do no presentation for you. I wouldn't put it past Nana, honestly. Wouldn't put it past her at all. Panasonic. At that time, the world came alive. Even now, no one has been able to top the sales of these two bands' records. Really? It's that popular? That is quite insane, isn't it? Literally become mega stars, it looks like. But does it really mean anything? Hey, Nana. You don't have to keep struggling anymore. Just hold your head high to the sky and sing your favourite song. Some good advice right there. Good question as well. Does it really mean anything? Not really. The success has meant things, but not good things. It means doing shit like this. This is what it means. I think that's a thing, isn't it, of like singers. They want to be a pro, they want to have mass success. Everyone does. Who wouldn't? But then when you do get to that point, it's like maybe they just want to go back to singing to 30 people in some dive bar, just enjoying themselves and being able to do what they want to do rather than what they've been forced to do and been made to work on. So it's the thing of, again, I don't ever want my YouTube channel to reach mass populace, and I know it won't. I never want it to, because then I'd get forced to do stuff, and I don't want to be forced to do stuff. I want to do what I want to do. It's yeah. Like I think I'd be terrible at like in-person meetings and events and such. Honestly, like I don't ever really want to do that stuff. I know I'd be terrible at it. I don't have to, but if I had like millions of subscribers, for example, I'd probably get forced to. Yeah, that is the end of the chapter today. Great chapter, wasn't it? Lots of very interesting things happening today. I think this is actually quite a bit better than the chapter we read last week, honestly. But let's Read this special note quickly. Sorry for the long wait. We're still lacking in experienced editors. Oh, this is just about translations, I guess. Yeah. Some translation stuff right here. Nice bits of artwork here, though. Again, I'm a big fan of these, whatever you call them. I'm not a big fan of these. You guys know I hate socks like this. Because I play football, it reminds me of football socks, but like just like shaggy and terrible. It would feel. I know that would feel terrible to wear those. I don't know. Not a big fan of them. But as I said, lots of interesting stuff here. Can't wait to see what happens during this live event. But I think the most interesting thing from today, again, is the possibilities that came from seeing Osaki's mum right here. The possibility of seeing more of her story, learning more about the past, as well as what's happened in the meantime. I would love to know that, about the possibility of the whole Misato name being a thing, like the way Misato was brought up earlier by Komatsu, and then just so happens that Osaki's sister is called Misato as well, and the biggest fan of Osaki is called Misato, but also her sister, who's called Misato, is a massive fan as well. It's like, wow. Obviously, we have horrible potential of more scummy stuff here from the paparazzi, it looks like. And yeah, just it's a horrible meeting here as well at the start, of course. Yeah, just a lot of interesting possibilities set up for the future here, isn't there? But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought of these chapters down in the comment section. This chapter, should I say, down in the comment section. Sometime again, because I read Berserk earlier today, and this is about 4 times the length of what I read at Berserk, because it's got loads of double page spreads, so it feels like that much. But yeah, do let me know what you guys thought about this this chapter down in the comment section. Make sure to leave a like on the video if you guys did like, and subscribe to the channel if you want to keep up to date. I'll be back next week with chapter 45 of volume 12, I believe. Yep, which is the final chapter, I think, actually. So hopefully I'll see you guys then. I will read the Naoki side story in the meantime, so I'll be updated on that by that time as well. And have a good rest of your day, guys.